All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Now Teslify. I've got a very special guest in the cabin today with his camera equipment, including a drone in the air. So we're going to get some fantastic shots. Let me introduce you to Grace Shot Down.
Hey guys.
So thanks so much, man, for coming all the way out from the Tri-Cities to film some FSD. We're on a fresh install of the 12.3.6. I got it just a couple of hours ago. Great timing because we had this planned, and I was just going to do 12.3.5 again just to get some cool footage, but now we've got to see performance. So our first unprotected left here, which is not usually part of my route. My road there that I usually take was closed for construction. We've got the sun right in the camera's eyes, which is interesting. Let me swipe to get a full picture of our home here. So it's clear on the left, and I would love for it to use the turn lane. Have you ever had it use a two-way turn lane?
Yeah, I've had it do exactly that maneuver where it kind of, as long as it's clear, it proceeds across.
Yes, exactly. It proceeds across.
But if it's actually, there's oncoming traffic, I've seen it actually use that center median before.
I have not gotten it to do it at all around here.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me how FSD does have various behaviors across different regions.
For sure.
And some of it also depends on like your setting, like whether you're in chill, average, sport, that kind of stuff, or assertive, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so let me double check that. I am in chill. I typically roll around in assertive, to be honest, but I was listening to the space with Yaman and Dan O'Dowd today, and Adrian was claiming there's a big difference between chill, average, and assertive, and I personally have not witnessed that. And he says he gets almost flawless drives all the time, just in chill, and maybe he's just more patient than me too. But I haven't found a good difference, really.
I have found it to be marginally different. Like it's actually, I wouldn't say it's measurably different. Some of it might be driver preference, but what I have noticed is that in average and assertive, it does do what it says as far as making more frequent lane changes.
On like highways and stuff, right? And that's not usually what I'm testing around here.
Yeah. I realized the one thing that I forgot to change was the Automax. Doggone Sci-Fi and I, when we go out and cruise together, we have realized that for us to coordinate together, it's easier to not use the Automax so that we can talk about the speeds. But I realized that for this particular drive, since we have the action camera on top being our secondary backup camera,
yeah,
we'll be perfectly fine. I say that though because of in case I get stuck in the wind up here.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
It might be okay. We'll see. I am really excited. Actually, this is a good. We got, aside from the wind, good weather, good time of day. I think for you to film. Hopefully, that's a good picture you're getting.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And being able to. I think cross this bridge is going to be interesting footage. And then we also have this interaction that can sometimes be hairy for FSD, which is yielding to traffic coming off of a roundabout. So we're not going through it, but we're yielding to the traffic coming out of it. So, oh yeah. Cool. So I think, yeah, I've got some twists and turns for you. We've got the bridge. You're going to get to cross the water. I think that's going to make some cool content for our folks watching.
Yeah. If you guys are liking this content, this is a good time to like, comment, and subscribe. We all know how that helps this insane YouTube algorithm, and we greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, so we are coming up to that yield to traffic on the roundabout. It's always a gamble. It just really depends on how busy those folks are coming through, and sometimes I feel like beta gets like I say beta.
Super bad.
And we're we're totally getting a gimme here, so we're not beta's just gonna, oh my gosh, I just did it again. FSD is gonna get a full roll through, so no problems there with the yield. So that's one that's like I'm wanting to do more of what I'm calling like lightning shots or lightning rounds. Yeah, lightning rounds. Oh, and that's not the way we're going to go. So I'm going to take over here just for our route's sake, and then make sure we reroute it. I thought I put that in. It must have changed on me since we took a different. Okay, we're back on. So that was a manual disengagement, not counting it. So far, easy drive, and we're getting disengagement free, even though the sun is in our eyes a couple times. Good speeds so far. Smooth turns. So since this is more of the boring part of my drive, I usually fast forward here, but maybe a good opportunity for you, Andrew, if you want to kind of talk a little bit about your channel and what you do.
Yeah, great shutdown. I do travel vlogs along with aerial scenic videos like we're doing today. If you like more of this content, just be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Absolutely, yeah. Cool stuff. I really like how you get I mean, obviously we've got the camera equipment here, but you've got lots of different views that are cut in. So you get not only the aerial view, but you get cabin view, driver view, and you do a really good job putting all that in one image. It makes it easy to follow. So I like that.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's a pretty area. How do you tell people how long you've been in the area and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I was born and raised here actually. I escaped. I like to call it escaped for a few years. You know, in high school, I was like, this place is so boring. Nothing ever happens here. But now I got a family of my own. It makes sense. And it's pretty. I moved to New York for a handful of years, and then over to Portland, Oregon for a handful of years, and then after having what I call my souvenirs in each location. Most of my family's here too, so it just made sense for us to come back. And so it makes getting mobile service out here more challenging, but what are you gonna do?
But fortunately enough, these cars are quite reliable. You probably don't need it.
Yeah, just a couple of times. I have actually an appointment scheduled here for my rear door panels loose. Yep, so this is the top of what I call my Pybus challenge. If you have followed my channel at all, this is like the one thing that I have kind of tracked from day one, maybe not day one, but so what's going to happen is at the bottom of this hill is a right turn only lane. It's marked on the road by a sign, and it needs to make a left over into this left in order to go straight in order to make our destination at the market.
Oh, that's interesting. We're going to be in this left lane here.
Yep, we got to be in the left lane, and we're already too late.
We should have been in the left lane already.
That's exactly right. So I'm taking over, and that is our disengagement and failure. Consistent. I think, with 12.1, it wasn't a problem at all. But,
Okay, so we circle. Do we circle around the block and try to get this at the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got battery for that?
Yeah.
We'll give it another shot and see if it can do it. But
Now that I know what
have another go at it a little bit further up. Opportunity to make that left lane change.
Now that I know what we're aiming for here, we make this right, and we should be cruising straight over to the left. You can be here, but we should.
It should be making its way over, and in some versions it has. And even here would be fine. Oh, here we go.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
All right, so it did. But what was it? What was the difference between last time and this time? I don't know. And if you go back and watch my last video on 12.3.4, that's when I first did my first lightning rounds, and I did that 4 times and it failed each time. So,
lap on it? Or do you want to head back?
We'll head back.
Okay.
I think I'll let it make it to the market so it meets its goal. Oh, I love the 4-way stop behavior now. That was like one of my big pet peeves from the previous versions. Is just had such a hard time with that. So probably a cool aerial view. Always gets a little tripped up here. I'm gonna take over because I have been curbed before, so it probably was fine. But anyway, yeah. So the market is a great destination, and look at that. We're getting the parking.
Oh yeah, why don't you do a parking?
Yeah, let's do a park. Why not?
Bonus parking.
All right. Oh, look at this. I can choose that one. Let's do this. Yeah. All right, so this will be interesting. We even have pedestrians here, and it's gonna position. Oh boy, look at that.
Jesus Christ, what else went?
That's too close for me. Oh my gosh, yeah. It probably was gonna be fine.
Actually, we're fine.
It probably was, but
Uncomfortably.
it was uncomfortable for me. Yes.
You want to try it again?
Sure, yeah, let's see if we can find another spot.
And then what I'll do is land and change batteries and head back.
Cool. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so... But let's do this one since it's across the way. Nobody here. Start. Although it's going to probably have to... Okay, so it's getting close again. Oh my gosh, that's just so close.
Let it go. Yeah, you're fine.
You sure?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. That's so close.
Let it go. You're still fine.
Cool. Yeah.
It's coming really close. I mean, from the drone perspective, you guys can see this.
So I noticed right there. So that's gonna have it's gonna have to make another adjustment.
Okay, so I noticed something interesting that I'll show you while I have battery life left. That I had to change on my car after getting this update, and I wonder if I'll point it out.
Yeah.
We'll let it park first, and then we'll try it again. Because I've got battery to be able to do a couple parks if you want to try this.
It's not showing the distance. So I think that's what's tripping me out the most.
All right, so
I used to get that from the ultrasonics.
All right, check this out.
All right. It did it though, so
it did
that's
it.
Cool.
In settings in autopilot here, under this, I had this turned off.
So you're probably looking for the new visualization.
That doesn't have anything to do with Autopark then, does it?
It does, but you have newer hardware than I do.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to point out there, right? Like
yeah.
the new visual or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that had something to do with the Vision Autopark or like the. Am I crazy?
No, but that was on X this morning.
Because it was like
spot
right here somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll have to show you that on the Model S.
Yeah. On my version, so I have hardware 3 Intel, and so
I have the Ryzen.
Yeah, so that's it. So if you have the Ryzen, you'd probably and you have ultrasonics.
I'll still have the ultrasonics.
Yeah, so you just got lucky because you have the ultrasonics.
No, I'll have to show it to you.
And the Ryzen, but yeah, I don't have that. So
you want to try our Autopark again and see if it doesn't do a? Because answer me this: did that impress you?
That was that's a good question. No, took way too long for sure. It was interesting, and I thought it was actually cool that I could choose either side. I haven't seen that before.
Choosing the spot was appreciated.
Yeah,
but did it impress you? I think is the question, and I gotta say no.
Yeah, maneuver-wise, right? No,
it didn't do it in a one maneuver shot.
It did, correct.
Because I bet you, if I put you up to the test and said we can compare human park versus Tesla Auto Park, I bet you'd park.
Wait, well, especially head in, like, I'm cruising into any one of these spots in half a second.
Sure.
I'm not even mad about the
Auto Park.
Well, I mean, the Auto Park. It's cool. It has new capabilities.
Is that what you were going to say? You weren't mad about, or is it?
No. I forgot what that is now. But
you're saying that you're not.
Oh, interesting! Look at that.
Oh, it's picking different random.
Like I'm already past these places. Yeah. Can I pick that? No, it won't let me pick that. But that's interesting. Okay, so we are back. We are headed to the last part of our loop. So we made it to Pybus after a second attempt. So that's an improvement. We'll see how consistent it is. I will probably come back for some more lightning rounds of Pybus and see if we get some consistent behavior there. That could be interesting. But so we made it. So that's further than I got in 12.4 or 3.4.
Oh, would it not get over?
It did not. Nope, didn't do it once.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I know you've had several lightning rounds that you've gone out there and tried it with.
Exactly.
Well, it's good that we're 50-50 right now.
Right. Exactly. So now we're head back across the bridge, and I've got kind of 2 challenges that are on this. for FSD, which have again been challenges even for 12.3.4, has not done it consistently. So this stuff is easy, just right and left turns. Like I was saying earlier, I love like four-way stop behavior. Like that was a huge pet peeve of mine on V11, and now it's like just it knows when to go. It's smooth and it's not awkward. So unprotected left here, no traffic. Quick right. A little slow.
Nice and smooth though. Like really, I think that's sometimes the imperceptible thing that it's hard to get across to the viewer. It's just how smooth it does all this. Now that was a little herky jerky.
Yeah, there's a weird kind of jaunt to the right there. Another unprotected left. Not much traffic, so we should have. Can go if it's assertive after this truck, but we're in chill mode, so it is going to wait. So no traffic coming from the left, and I'll move the visualization over. And we can go after this truck. So yep, nice and smooth. Good little acceleration boost right there through the turn. Good lane change there for route positioning.
Is this line coming up?
It is, yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And totally something I would have done, so it's good.
Well, on part 2 of this drive, since this is kind of the boring bit, is what Sean said, this is a good time to tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. We all know how that helps the insane YouTube algorithm.
Oh man, I do my best to like not say that almost in all my videos.
Fair
like
enough.
which is, I mean,
the cheesy line that everybody says.
yeah, I try to avoid that, but also I guess the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
That's the point. I mean, if you don't ask, nobody comments.
Exactly. All right, so a strange thing here, like just again, I thought we were rid of blinker issues, turn signal issues with V12. AI driver mentioned that a couple of times, but last version I got one here, so we'll see. It's a right turn only. We definitely don't need a turn signal. We're gonna get it. All right, no blinker. Perfect. So that's cool. It's one of those weird things. And then here as well, it would be very timid getting into or onto the bridge. And we have our own lane, so we're not merging. We don't need to yield, so we should be able to just simply keep up with traffic. Now there's a slowdown, so why are we slowing down? Nobody behind me, so, and then a nag. And then it wants to make a left right away, but what's funny, so here's where we're going to get lane change shenanigans. If we get them in this drive, this is it. So this is the lane I like to be in. This is the lane I would recommend to be in for our route. So this is the second big challenge on my drive. You should stay in this lane, but it needs to choose what I call like the middle exit in order to stay on route. Sometimes it will move over to the right. Sometimes it will just not exit. Let's see what we get. And it's going to miss the exit. Yep, it's going to miss it. All right, so disengaging. So that is, gosh, I've had several occasions where it made it no problem. Incorrect exit.
I see what you're saying, and honestly, from the air perspective, it's very clear. The viewers will be able to see, like, oh yeah, it just totally misses that exit there.
Yeah, and I wasn't paying attention to the route planner or the path planner to see if it was actually trying to make that.
But it just didn't feel that way to you as the driver, and that's
Exactly
the way that it should feel. It should feel very natural and give you the confidence that you need.
And it has made it. It has made it before. In fact, I think my first go on V12, it made it, and I was like, again, celebrating. And it had issues on V11 off and on, and I think towards just before we got I forget what the last version of V11 was, but it was actually doing it quite well. The other thing that it would do before it would choose that middle lane would be to just stay in the right-hand lane and take the inner part of that Clover,
Sure.
which works. So now there's a weird thing here. It'd be interesting to see that from the air. It basically like turned into the middle of both of those lanes.
Yeah, I was going to try to split the middle and go for it.
And, you know, luckily I don't have anybody behind me, but that's awkward. Yeah, so that's the loop. Probably should have some good views by now. Should I have another spot I can actually take us to that'll have a pretty cool view facing the other way? Might be interesting to kind of end on.
Yeah, Kim.